We have just 10 days to go before the first section of Rhythm Divine releases on Holi, March 14th, right here on Live Vedanta. It's the musical release of the translation of the top 70 verses of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, wrapped in everyday relatable English while maintaining the same meter as the timeless original. Our community's team of young adults from across North America, guided by Shri Vivek Gupta of Chinmaya Mission Niagara, has worked hard to bring this musical vision to life. So let's take a peek behind the scenes and listen to our awesome cast and crew chat about their experience.
So this was my first time working as a sound engineer without being in the booth myself, and I really enjoyed learning how an artist works and kind of seeing that other perspective of the amount of practice it takes to be able to take a take, and seeing how Sudarshan would so dedicatedly practice his raps before he records them, and seeing how Ananya would kind of embody the melody of it, even though it's a very rhythmic section. And I think that really made me reflect on myself as an artist as well, and it was a very meaningful experience.
One of the things I learned about myself during the recording process was staying even-keeled throughout the recording, because we had a lot of verses to get through, so it's important to record and be patient because we have to do many takes, or we may have to make some modifications here and there. So it's important to have a very clear mind through the process.
From the recording process, I really learned the value of quietude of mind. On the days that the mind was fresher and quieter, there was so much more creativity, energy, and enthusiasm to tap into. So it's kind of like having an extra gear. So that was the learning, that a quiet mind is most effective. The quieter the mind, the more of that divine potential is released in whatever one does. Yeah, one really memorable moment that stands out is when I was in the recording room, recording a verse with the headphones on. And I must not have realized how loudly I was rapping it out. Something like 5 times in a row, Vivi had to basically stop me and tell me that my volume was spiking off the charts and that I had to try again, but this time a little more softly. So I had to keep lowering my voice until it was back on the charts and could even be captured by the system.
The funniest moment during the recording process was we had a question for Vivekji once, so we decided to just call Vivekji rather than email. So we just pressed the number for Vivekji's phone, and we didn't think Vivekji was going to pick up. And within one dial, Vivekji picks up the phone, and we were like laughing on the other end because we were like, oh my goodness, we didn't think Vivekji was going to pick up. It was kind of surreal though, talking to our guide over the phone.
So this project was recorded in the studio in the basement of my family's house, and we also have a dog. So I think the funniest moment for me was coming from downstairs, that very dedicated focus of recording and rapping, and every time we needed water or snacks, I'd have to run upstairs or call my parents and be like, we need to take care of Krish. And our dog is like very energetic, so he'd be running around everywhere. And I think just having that duality of our focus downstairs and having to deal with his utter chaos was really funny.
Again, mark your calendars for the first release of 6 total sections of Rhythm Divine dropping right here in 10 days. You can also join our live celebration marking the release of this incredible project on March 13th. More details in the show notes about how you can join us on Zoom or in person in London, Ontario. Until next time, inspire, love, be.